like being resourceful to satisfy an audience request. This is pumpkin dough haggis pizza.
A pizza base tends to be flat, and who am I to buck the trend? I then needed to crack out a pin and keep rolling. Funnily enough, the pizza base is kind of like a big limp biscuit. That was then slapped on a baking tray, and I went off the beaten track with an oblong rather than the basic circle shape. Edgy stuff. I fancied a bit of colour on the final product, which these nice and bright peppers provided with aplomb, but without a plum. Fun fact, the redder a bell pepper is, the sweeter it is too. Now this doesn't hold in all aspects of life. For instance, Paul was a notoriously miserable git on set. Frying off the peppers gives a nice depth of flavour, but does sacrifice the crunch. But I'd say the trade-off is worth it, in the same way that an extra hour's sleep every day is worth risking a job for. I embraced Nigella and reanimated the haggis from its frozen slumber in the microwave. Prepare the mozzarella like Hugh Jackman readying himself for a role. Get it totally shredded. No self-respecting pizza would be seen dead without a saucy base, and I've just the thing here to avoid this pizza feeling too shameful. Shallots and garlic get fried up in some olive oil till fragrant, and a good old squidge of puree provides the tomatoey bulk for the sauce. Herbs help heighten the flavour stakes, with thyme and oregano doing the heavy lifting this time round. And some water ups the volume, like your hard of hearing dad during the King's speech at Christmas, giving a nice consistency for spreading. And like that bit in a thriller movie, where it all comes together and everything then just makes sense, I tied up the loose plot threads of this dish by layering up the tomato sauce, mozzarella, some guest appearance anchovies and the haggis. The peppers join the party, and some frozen basil leaves give a hint of green to an otherwise warm-coloured feast. And some olive oil and honey help for caramelisation. 10 minutes at whatever the highest scorching degrees your domestic oven can handle should do the job before you can tuck in.
And there you have it. Stick that in your face.